Growth is a choice. And it's a choice that has to be backed up by action. Just like in the context of this walkway/garden area that my sister planted and I water, just like in that context, she had to be intentional about planting these different flowers, and I have to be intentional about watering if we want to see these beautiful flowers grow. Frankly, the only things that grow without any kind of choice or action are weeds and what Jamaican people would call bush. Just like this particular garden/walkway area, you and I have to make a choice about growing. If there is an aspect of our lives that we actually care about, we have to make the choice to grow and then back it up with actions. If in the aspect of relationships, we want to be better moms and daughters and friends and co-workers, we have to make the choice to grow. In the aspect of our finances, we have to make the choice to grow in our knowledge or to grow in maturity when it comes on to that. In the area of our careers, getting a degree or having a degree that you got 5 years ago or 10 years ago is not going to cut it today. You have to actually make the choice that you're going to build on your skills, because what you knew and what you learned 2 years ago, after a while, really at this point, may be extinct, maybe just irrelevant, and you have to keep learning and growing in your skills to remain relevant and to remain competitive. And even as a person of faith, there is a very clear indication in the scriptures that we're expected to grow. We're expected to graduate from drinking milk to eating solid food. We're expected to navigate from being a child, so to speak, and maturing into adulthood in our faith. So growing is imperative in every single area of our life. And so I want to encourage you to make the decision that this is not going to be the year where you have good intentions, that this is going to be the year when you take some action, because if you don't do it now, when is going to be the perfect time? There will be no perfect time for you to invest in yourself and grow. Now is the time. With that said, I want to invite you to do a personal growth course that I teach. It's called Reset. This year we're doing Reset 2021. And it is a personal growth course based on John Maxwell's book called the 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth. It is a powerful book all by itself. And I love how it occurred. John Maxwell was asked one day by an individual, "What's your plan to grow?" And he started sharing all the different accomplishments and achievements that he had, but ultimately had to come to the conclusion that he didn't know how to grow. And he was asking different people in his life, and they didn't know either. So he made an investment and he purchased the material that the person was offering him, and it created a foundation. And then he built on that and came up with this book. So basically what this book does is that it talks to you about the laws of growing. It starts off with the law of intentionality, which is that you have to be intentional about growing, that it's not just gonna happen. And then it goes into the law of awareness, that you have to have an awareness of yourself in order to grow. And then one of my favorite is the law of the mirror. And the law of the mirror for me is really striking at and just exploring this idea of self-esteem, that you have to believe that you have value in order to add value to yourself. Now, I've come a long way where insecurity and self-esteem is concerned, because it's something definitely that I previously struggled with, even in the workplace. And I'm so glad for where I am right now, where this is concerned. But this book, in this chapter, addresses that and helps to raise your awareness of how you value yourself and encourage you to do so. And then it goes into the law of reflection, which I may be stepping on some toes right now. But there are times when we think that having years of experience is something to boast about. But in the book, it makes this really powerful point that what's the point of having years of experience? That's not the teacher, as the saying says, that it is evaluated experience. That's the teacher. You could have a bag of years on the planet and a bag of experience, but if you've never paused to really reflect on the different experiences that you've had and to grab the lessons out of it, then you're not going to learn anything. You're not going to be able to change some of the cycles and the patterns that you see because you've never actually evaluated them and said, no, that's not a good plan. I did that didn't work, and I'm going to stop doing that. Or you know what, I need to do more of this because I love the results that it gave me. I encourage you this year, make the effort to grow. And in addition to reading the book and really diving into some in-depth discussions, there are different assignments that are going to help to really teach you these laws of growing that are going to deepen your knowledge of yourself, your personality, self-esteem, just tips when it comes down to what makes you thrive, what motivates you. When we get into the law of consistency and we start teaching you about goal setting, because it's so interesting that sometimes we are better at making goals for our organization than we are for our own very unique and powerful lives. And so that's really some of the really juicy stuff that we're going to get into in this course. And in terms of just what to expect, well, it's like I said, it's a 6-week virtual course. We meet via Zoom for 6 Saturdays from 9 to 11:30, and we have powerful in-depth discussions of the chapters, and you are going to get to share some deep thoughts and hear some deep thoughts from the folks who are around you and have just really meaningful, substantial discussions that you're going to learn from, and you're probably going to have a couple of epiphanies while you're doing this course. I want to invite you to come. I want you to sign up. If you look in the notes, you'll see the information that will lead you to my website where you can find out more information about the course and you can sign up. But don't wait too long, because the deadline to sign up is actually January 30th for this particular reset course. And then we're gonna dive in on February 6th. All right, so I hope I'll get a chance to see you there and be a part of your growth journey. Thanks for listening. My name is Deborah from #DebTalk, and it's been a pleasure talking with you about growing and about Reset 2021.